The slowest guy in NBA history is back.
Oh my God. He put me in the matrix over here. He was going slow-mo the whole way.
I almost fell asleep on that move.
His half-brother from Serbia messed around with the Blazers.
Jokic crams it in there.
And Tyler Kolek played 2 games in the same day in New York. But let's start in Boston, where the Celtics jumped in front early against the Wolves, who are still without Anthony Edwards.
4 on 5 Boston. Jaylen taking matters into his own hands.
Randle and McDaniels, both those players have picked up their production with Ant-Man being out. Oh, look at that. That touched every inch of that.
She asked Chris Finch about poor starts for the Timberwolves. They're in the poor start range right now.
Jaylen Brown comes out storming to lead his team to a furious 11-2 start. But then Rudy Gobert decided to put a lid on the basket.
Flipped it to Tatum. Gobert, terrific shot blocker. Tatum, late shot clock. Kata, blocked by Gobert, he's got a couple. Kata got it back and beat the clock in intangibles. Jaylen's giving him points, but Gobert a 3rd block.
The 4-time Defensive Player of the Year hosted a block party in the first quarter, swatting away 4 shots in only 9 minutes of action. This allowed Kyle Anderson to unleash some of his signature moves.
Well, very low-scoring first quarter.
Oh my God. He put me in the matrix over here. He was going slow-mo the whole way.
I almost fell asleep on that move.
Slow-mo hypnotized Garza with his 3 in and outs before swishing the floater. This is hilarious. I've made 2 videos focused solely on him throughout my YouTube career, so if you haven't seen them, make sure to check them out after this one. And Kyle must have inspired Bones and Ayo, cause they went off in the second quarter.
He'll jack the 3 and knock it down.
Tell him goodbye, Bones. Tell him goodbye.
So Sumu will take
Good.
and make.
Good.
First 3 off the mark. So Sumu, why not? Gets that 3, and Joe Mazzulla will stop it there. So the combination of Highland and Dosumu.
The Wolves were trailing by as many as 15 points early in the second, but Dosumu and Highland completely turned the game around all by themselves.
Nothing there. White down behind the play. Joining now. DiVincenzo turned away, and the 3 knocked down by Dosumu. And Minnesota ties the game and takes the turnover. Ayo to the basket.
What a move.
For the lead.
Hey yo, what a sequence by Dosumu, scoring 5 points in 15 seconds to take over the lead for Minnesota. 10 of his 17 points came in the period, and Bones made sure to finish the half in style.
Chenzo was there, and the speed of Highland at White. Minnesota's largest lead of the game. Nice comeback here. Good clarification, Jamal.
Yeah.
Highland here,
Still learning.
end of the half. Bones Highland for 3.
Highland beats the buzzer to put his team up by 3 heading into the locker rooms. He scored 10 of his 23 points in this one. On the other hand, Brown was single-handedly carrying the Celtics with 17 of his 29 points before the break. So after a very quiet first half by Tatum in which he went scoreless, it was about time for him to start making plays in the third.
Chance to change it here in the second half. First play, Tatum goes at the basket, at Gobert, and makes his first field goal of the night.
There you go. Relax, JT, you're one of the best players in the league. I guess JB was saying that to him while White was shooting free throws.
Look in between free throws. Look at Jaylen Brown. Tell him, yeah, get loose, JT. I see you. I'm with you. He wants his running mate to be who he is, and he's going to continue to give him that confidence.
Tatum listened to Brown's advice and started balling out.
Tatum and Kata couldn't get out of each other's way.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Now he played with the basketball a little bit.
Oh, he played. He's in rhythm.
The basket, Tatum takes it away here. He did not ask for the ball. Tatum on the way to the basket.
That's the Jason the crowd wants to see. The Celtics used his 13 points in the quarter to bounce back and retake the lead.
Career in his hometown of Chicago. Tatum, a 3.
Gobert continues to be in that drop on those high screen and rolls.
But Detroit, of course, without Cade Cunningham. Nice split by Tatum to the basket for the finish.
However, Jaden McDaniels on the other end wasn't gonna let them run away that far.
Anderson right at Pritchard. Fans want to walk. McDaniels wants 3.
With 15 of his 19 points in the period, McDaniels actually outplayed Tatum while keeping the Wolves within striking distance. So with the Celtics up by 3 in the final stage, here comes Bones Hyland again.
His hip. Nice pull by Bones.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Here's the celebration. Directing it right at the Celtics bench.
With 7 unanswered points, Hyland gave the Wolves a 4-point lead. And all of a sudden, with Tatum on the bench, the Celtics entered a bone-dry period of 12 straight empty possessions. They couldn't buy a bucket to save their lives. Not Brown, not Derek White, no one was able to score for Boston for almost 6 minutes. That's atrocious. Meanwhile, Naz Reid showed up ready to deliver the knockout with their opponent down.
This board goes, DiVincenzo, ball finding energy. Reid! Lefty finish! And one! Woo! Only 4 points in the first 5 minutes of the quarter for Boston. Reid, triple. Yeah! Naz Reid getting it done. Reid back in the lineup off the ankle injury. Looking good, and Missoula will take another timeout.
Naz capped off an electric 15-0 run to put the Wolves up by 12 points in the middle of the fourth. Jason Tatum then finally stopped the bleeding after coming back in the game, but it was already too late because...
True point guard, bunch of different folks bringing it up. So often it's with Ant-Man, Randle over Garza. Knocks down a 3.
Oh, I said, no, I got it. I got something.
Jaylen Brown comes back out this one. He cannot finish. Dosunmu with the scream. Randle on the hit ahead. The Minnesota Timberwolves are that close to a first win in Boston in 21 years.
Julius Randle, who was asleep all night long scoring only 2 points on 1 of 10 from the field, finally woke up when they needed him the most to put the game out of reach for Boston. A disappointing loss for the Celtics to a Wolves team without Ant and Randle posting only 9 points on 21% shooting. On the contrary, a great win for Minnesota to stay in the race for a home court advantage in the playoffs. And speaking of that, the Nuggets are in that same mix, so Nikola Jokic had to step up against the Blazers last night.
Good pass. Cam Johnson on a heater early. It's 2 for Williams. Now Peyton Watson back to Jokic, and Jokic crams it in there.
Well, David talked about for the game, it's not just the scoring, but the playmaking he was showing.
Deflected, got it back, over the shoulder. How about Aaron Gordon? A little magic there.
The Joker messed around for his 35th triple-double of the season with 22 points, 14 rebounds, and 14 assists. It's really remarkable what he's doing. Cam Johnson had a hot shooting night for a change, adding 19 points on 5 of 7 from downtown. At the end, it was a wire-to-wire 16-point win for Denver, who has the same record as Minnie at the moment. And the Suns will keep on chasing them until they have a mathematical chance at least.
Booker working on Mamukelashvili. High arching. A thing of beauty. Man. And Jesse Merman's telling Amanda at the half, we got to keep our foot on the gas. Jalen Green. Oh! He checked. Booker glides inside with the scoop and the score. Give him the bucket and the foul.
Devin Booker and Jalen Green dismantled the Raptors in Phoenix with 25 and 20 points respectively. Their entire team got hot from deep actually, knocking down 18 threes on 45% efficiency. On the other side, Brandon Ingram failed to show up for Toronto, shooting a measly 3 for 10 from the floor for a total of 6 points in the game. The Suns have the 7th seed locked, and with 10 games left in the season, they're still hoping for a direct playoff spot. And the Knicks managed to narrow the gap to just half a game away from the 2nd seed after demolishing the Wizards last night.
With a 3-ball. This is his 3rd year in the league. Brunson launches a 3-pointer. Can't get it to go. Gill the rebound. Look up, he's open. And Alvarado deflects it. Excellent steal from Alvarado. Hart gets into the paint. Layup, counted and one. Hart drives, can't finish, but Mitchell Robinson certainly can.
Leading by 26 points in the middle of the fourth, Mike Brown subbed in Tyler Kolek for his 2nd game of the night. Wait, what? Yeah, the dude posted a career-high 42 points and 11 assists for the Westchester Knicks in the G League earlier that day. Took a shower, packed his clothes, had a takeout probably, and got to play for the Knicks a couple hours later. but his hand wasn't cooled off at all.
Because a lot of people are not happy with the current situation.
Kolek now has 45 points. Kolek! Oh, Tyler Kolek! A long three-pointer. Big impactful games. Dadier, three-pointer in and out. Sohan tips it. Kolek gets it. They want him to shoot it again. And he gets it again. Tyler Kolek's been hot all day long.
Kolek couldn't miss last night, hitting a perfect 4 for 4 from the field in the blowout win over Washington. He's quickly becoming a legend in New York for his Iron Man stamina. And in a totally meaningless game in Sacramento, Malik Monk put on a little show for the home fans.
So from that point, they've struggled to find the bottom, but guess who's gonna do it for you?
Malik Monk.
Every game I see something I like from Max right now.
Oh, Monk sets off the smoke detector. Monk from deep. Got it.
Monk erupted off the bench, scoring 32 points on 7 of 13 from long range, giving the Kings their 5th win in their last 8 games, surprisingly enough. And yeah, that's it for now. Heat check delivers even on a little underwhelming Monday like this one. So if you appreciate the grind and want to stay in touch with the NBA all throughout the season, consider subscribing to help me reach my dream of 1 million subs. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out.